Hey there YouTube, Style Talker here with a brand new video. Today I'm going to be comparing the 2005 Battlefront 2 Emperor Palpatine to the 2016 EA Battlefront Emperor Palpatine. So first thing to do here is to actually get the Emp, which we will do in a second. So we're going to start this video off with movement mechanics like we did with the last video with Darth Vader. Basically the Emperor, when he's just walking around, he's just kind of, walking, like just chilling at a brisk walk kind of deal. He does the same thing in the new one. So in the old Battlefront, every single character could combat roll. Not sure if the Emp in the new one can, but when he sprints in the old one, he is like a force-propelled sprint. He kind of like levitates over the ground. It's kind of crazy. It's one of the slower sprints in the game, but he has a lot longer stamina with it, so it kind of evens out in distance covered in the end. In the new game, much like Darth Vader, he just kind of runs. There's not really any force powers involved there, which boost his speed. In the old game, his jump was fairly standard. He just kind of leapt into the air, a little ways off the ground, higher than the normal jump, obviously. But in the new game, he kind of does the same thing as Darth, and just levitates off the ground using the Force. In the old one, the Emp also had the ability to double jump, which would allow him to float like Darth Vader, and you could fly around for short periods of time. Now that we've got that stuff out of the way, we can talk about the main methods of attack. Now the Emp in the old one has two methods of attack. He has the lightning, which you see here, and a lightsaber combo, which is much like Darth's in that it's a 3-hit combo, the first 2 hits dealing moderate damage, and the final one dealing very heavy damage across the board, killing almost every single trooper in a single swipe that you could come across on the Battlefront. Now, compared to the new one here, the lightning is much easier to envelop multiple enemies with and deal damage to multiple enemies. But you can also deal damage to your own troops just as easily, and that's a problem because I end up killing 2 of my own troopers here by accident. But the lightsaber combo you don't see in the new one. He actually doesn't have a lightsaber in the new one that you can see at all. And this looked a little familiar to me. I don't know why, but it's just Mace Windu getting shocked by lightning. Wow, I wonder where that's from. Anyway, in the new one, his lightning doesn't last nearly as long, doesn't seem to do as much damage either to heroes or really generally regular troopers. It just seems to be a constant drain on health instead of like, big things of damage. I don't know, but it's harder to envelop multiple enemies, and it doesn't last as long, and that's basically the only difference there. Now we can get to force powers such as Chain Lightning. Chain Lightning does pretty good damage to heroes and stuns them, and it kills regular troopers instantly, and it also has the ability to chain to multiple enemies. It serves as the Emperor's heavy strike in this game.
I have foreseen all of this. No disintegration.
In the old games, since heavy strikes didn't exist, these were replaced with a sprint attack and an air attack. Now the sprint attack of the Emps is very powerful, and you just have to be very accurate with it. And you can actually do multiple attacks within one sprint. I believe I go around in circles messing around and do that. The air attack is also very powerful. If you hit really close to enemies, it usually sends them flying. If like you can see her body wound up all the way over there. That happens to Yoda a couple times when I do this, and then there's one really clear example at the end, I think with Chewbacca it is, that I do it too. But the air attack's really good. You don't have to be really accurate with that one much, because it just kind of releases a giant cloud of like force lightning or something. It's crazy. But the sprint attack, you can see here, you can just go around and do it over and over again. Fairly standard type deal. They didn't include the heavy strike because that's basically, these are the heavy strikes of the game. So now we move on to Imperial Resources. In the new one, the Emp has an ability called Imperial Resources, which in Heroes vs. Villains drops him health. In regular games, it drops a random power-up for his team.
Hey, for your insolence.
In the old version, since there were no power-ups, he basically just has a Force Choke in place of that. Moving on to the Force Dash in the new game allows the Emp to cover large distances very quickly. It allows him to evade danger and even use it for offensive purposes as well. It helps, get through a lot of sticky situations, remain in close range for using his lightning and stuff like that. This wasn't in the old game because with the ability to sprint faster than most soldiers in the game and the ability to double jump and fly and stuff, you didn't need it. So now we can move on to the miscellaneous differences, kind of like the cinematic ones. In terms of the cinematic differences, the Emp has, in the old game, a couple of different tag-in sayings, as compared to the new one where he only has one. I said this about Darth Vader in my last video, but I didn't put any examples in there, so that's what I'm doing right here. It also sounds like they used the actual actor from the movie to voice the part. I'm not really sure though, so you be the judge of that.
We've lost control of a command post. Your master has arrived. And I am not amused.
Moving on from that, their blocks are also different from the old game to the new game. In the old game, the Emp would use his lightsaber and would actually be able to send bullets back. In the new game, he kind of just absorbs them or deflects them. It's a lot different.
You will pay for that. Now you will pay the price. Don't get frightened.
Both also have the ability to deflect lightsaber strikes. That about sums up all the differences. Thanks for watching. This is Stealth Taco signing off.